Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Franco and today I'm going to talk about how I do my videos. Okay, first of all I want to say that this video belongs to a 3-part series that I'm going to be doing about how I do my videos. This first part will be about the hardware that I use, then the second video is going to be about the software that I use, and the third video is going to be about DaVinci Resolve, my editor, and a bit my workflow with it. So let's jump right into it. The first piece of hardware that I use is my dear little computer, which in this case is a Dell Inspiron 7567. The processor that it has is a Core i5-5300HQ. The graphics card that we have is a 1050 with 4 GB of VRAM, and we have 8 GB of RAM and a terabyte of HDD storage. This computer is very useful to edit my videos, to write the scripts for my videos, and to game. In this case, in this specific moment, I'm writing the scripts for my videos on OneNote. I'm going to talk more about that in detail on the next video. Also, if you would like to see a review of the Dell Inspiron 7567, I have done one of it and you can see it up here, although it's in Spanish, so if you don't understand Spanish, maybe you should go somewhere else. Okay, so the second piece of hardware that I use is my whiteboard. And I use this as a teleprompter basically. I write down a turned down version of my script on the whiteboard, and it's just in front of me right now. I'm looking at it right now, so it helps me a lot to know more or less what I have to say. I don't know exactly, but it gives me a good idea and it saves me a lot of time. Then the third piece of hardware that I use is a lamp, and I don't have a softbox or a ring light. I just use a light bulb which hangs from my roof basically, but it really helps a lot. It can turn this into this, this into this, and this into this. Okay, so the next piece of hardware that I use is a tripod, and this is a slick tripod. I got it from my family basically, and this has been in the family for 50 years. So it's nothing special if we compare it to a typical Manfrotto tripod, for example, but it really holds very well, has a very good build quality, and by all I know, really a very good tripod. Okay, so for the tripod I need a tripod mount. Since I'm not recording with a DSLR or point and shoot, I used to but not anymore, now I record with my phone, and my phone in this case is a Pixel 3a XL. It used to be an iPhone SE, but now that I have a new phone and it records very well, I'm using this one. I also have done a review of this phone and you can go check it out here if you're interested. Okay, so now let's talk about what I use for audio. I have a Galaxy A5, which is a model that I don't know. It's a Samsung Galaxy A5, which is a model that I don't think exists in USA, but here in Argentina it's quite popular, although this model is from 2015, so it's a very old phone. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone nowadays, but it has a headphone jack, and that is something that most phones nowadays don't have. So I use this to record audio since something goes wrong in the microphone of my Pixel 3a XL. Now, am I recording with the microphone of the phone? No way. I'm recording with a Boya BYM1, which is a lapel mic which I've bought recently, and I've also done a video about it. So if you want to go check it out, here it is. Okay, so now let's talk about B-roll. In case you don't know, A-roll is what you're seeing right now, me talking to the camera, and B-roll would be the shot of the computer, phone, or whatever I'm talking about. Which helps to complement what I'm saying basically. So the first thing that I use for B-roll is a piece of paper. I have a collection of slices of paper, of big sheets of paper with vibrant colors, which really gives a lot of color and a lot of vibrance to the scenes where I'm talking about a computer, about a phone, about whatever needs B-roll to be shot of it. I also have a green table, a small green table, which is very practical to move around, and I move it around through different parts of the garden so that I can get shots from different plants and different sceneries basically, which I think looks very good. Then I also use a lot of decoration, and I usually get something from here. Well, a lot of decoration is relative. If you compare it to Peter McKinnon, it's not much decoration, but it is something. And I usually use something of the things that I have here. One of my favorite pieces of art is this. I don't remember how it was called. I think I'll call it George. but I did give it a name back in the past. Okay, so another pro tip, this doesn't have so much to do with hardware, but I think it could be useful. Right at the beginning, if you decide to start a YouTube channel and you don't have no softbox, you don't have no professional lights or nothing by those means, it might be a good idea to go and record outside, especially your B-roll. And maybe you don't have a garden, no problem, you can still go outside and record in the streets, whatever. At the beginning it will look much better. Once you have softboxes and lights and all of that professional equipment, this rule doesn't apply anymore, but at least at the beginning, if you decide to do a YouTube channel, recording B-roll outside helps a lot. It looks really good, I would say. Okay, so having said this, when I finish recording everything, I plug all the footage into my computer. Again, the same computer as before, I don't have two computers. But this time I open DaVinci Resolve 15, the 15th version this time. And I start editing my video, which I'll talk more in detail in another video. And once I edited my video, I edit the thumbnail and I published the video. I published it in Programmed. I try to have it every Thursday at 6 p.m, although I don't always get it right. And the whole process of editing the video specifically takes me usually between 2 and 4 hours. The whole process from beginning to end of recording a video takes more or less 1 day. And this has been a big reason why I wasn't able to shoot consistently and upload consistently to YouTube, because I had friends, I had school, I had a lot of things that I had to worry about, which didn't leave me record for TechnoState. Now I have changed a bit my mindset to the point where I say TechnoState is a priority. I dedicate every Saturday to TechnoState, at least that's my idea, my initial idea. And I can still study on Sundays, I can still meet with friends on Fridays or any moment during the week, or at night on Saturdays or something by those means. So I basically make myself, I'm basically trying to be sure that I will be able to record for TechnoState so that I'm able to publish one video a week. Although I don't know how long this will keep. I hope long enough. Okay, so last thing that I'm going to talk about are my speakers and my mouse pad also. Mousepad and mouse are not really super important. They're not professional equipment for editors, but it's a quite good piece of equipment for gamers. So in this case, I have the SteelSeries Rival 300 and a mousepad which is a medium size mousepad. I don't know if it has a name. Very good for gaming. For editing, it's okay. But if you want to know what I think is the best mouse for editing, at least of the mouses that I know, it's the Logitech MX Master. I think there's a third model that came out just recently. And my speakers, I don't know what the model is called, but it's a pair of Sony speakers that I like a lot. And I've found out, because I used to edit with headphones, and I found out recently, or not so recently actually, that editing with speakers is better. In my case, I don't know if this applies for everyone, but in my case I see that when I'm editing with speakers I have a lot of noises of my house, of my family speaking and whatever, and it distracts a bit. So you could say that the conditions are worse, but that's exactly why I do it, because if I'm using headphones, I feel like it's a very niche thing. It's like the perfect conditions, and most people, when they view my videos, they don't watch them in perfect conditions. So the chances that someone watches it on a speaker or something by those means is very high. So I prefer editing on a speaker and then seeing how it sounds on on some headphones, then doing it the other way around. Besides, if it sounds good on a speaker, it usually sounds good on headphones, but if it sounds good on headphones, it doesn't always sound good on speakers. This is my case. I'm not saying that it will be the same for you if you start editing videos, but this is what happens to me. So, I've talked about all the hardware that I use in my videos. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a comment down below, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos. Did I say like? I don't know. Like my videos, comment them, that yes I did say, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.